I'm Shay Russell from mining.com.au, and joining me today is Ivan Fairhall, the Managing Director of Pivotal Metals. Ivan, how are you?
Shay, I'm great. Great to be on.
Listen, it is great to be speaking with you again because I was quite taken with your Horden Lake project near Quebec when we met at the Gold Coast Investment Showcase. And I believe we've got some excellent news. Oh, look at this weave. You've got some excellent news that you've just released to the market about your latest drill program. Talk me through these results.
We do. We really do. Pretty exciting news out today. We've already got a substantial resource at Horden Lake, 28 million tonnes, 1.5% copper equivalent. It starts at surface. It's a great deposit. And you don't have many advanced scale, like projects of scale on the ASX in the copper space. So really already a very good deposit. And these results that we've just put out today, they're really quite significant in terms of the upside potential on the project. So what we've seen, 32 metres at 1.5%, 1.2% copper equivalent, 14 metres at 1.8% copper equivalent. So we've got this zone in a step out hole that we've done, blowing out wider than up dip and clearly showing significant down plunge extension and of scale, given the thickness of this mineralisation relative to other areas on the project. So we're able to take this very, very interesting and exciting drill result, but on top of that, we're also releasing downhole EM results. So a couple of holes next to each other have had downhole EM on them, and in particular, the hole in 98 showing a very large plate. So that's the way that the geophysics is modelled up is a big planar plate, which matches the geometry of our ore body very nicely. And what that's showing is that we've got a very large plate that the conductor is skewed below the hole. So it sort of suggests the best is yet to come. Above it, the plate extends, 150, 200 meters into mineralization, 270 meters below the plate. And we see from drilling above, we have continuous mineralization. So we know the plate is a very fair and reasonable and accurate way to demonstrate it works. We've seen that from drilling up, and that's why we're so excited to see such a big plate below the hole, because it shows that there's that mineralization is very wide zone of mineralization. Mineralization certainly has plenty of potential to extend down plunge, and in width as well. We've got this plate coupled with another plate to the north. We've got a hole that we couldn't do downhole EM on, but based on the drilling, we would have expected to see downhole EM plates consistent. So we've got about 300 meters of strike. There's another hole pending to the south. So we've got a big wide zone, completely open at depth, really sort of quite significant upside potentials really starting to play out here at Horden Lake.
I just want to tap into a little bit more about why these results are important for everybody listening today. And that's because you were sort of testing an area of the deposit that you didn't know much about. So essentially, this is allowing you to build out your thesis on how big this predominantly copper deposit could be, isn't it?
That's right. That's actually something people should really take away, that we've been drilling here in the southern part of the ore body here, and that part of the ore body's only been drilled down to about 220 meters vertical, whereas in the central part they kept drilling, they've seen good grades, they continued drilling at depth, and they drilled continued mineralization down to about 550 meters, kept hitting mineralization. It's still open. So now we're seeing these results in the south replicate what we're seeing in the north, and it just shows the potential that the south can be just as good as the north. The point is that no one ever looked, and I think that is a really important point to take away, that these areas is open. This is step out drilling, and there's plenty of potential for this to continue. It'll continue till it doesn't, and we keep hitting holes like this show that the deposit itself is wide open.
Now, Ivan, I believe you're closer to the start of your drilling program than the end. Tell me, what more can we expect from Pivotal Metals?
That's right. We've really only released now 9 of a 34-hole program, so there's still lots and lots of results to come from this. We've tested one part of it. We've got more step-out holes, more downhole EM, more infill holes, which are just filling up that resource with byproduct credits that had previously never been assayed for. So there's lots and lots of news to come to bulk up the scale of Horden Lake and to show the really significant expansion potential that we've got. That will all be followed up with a resource update in the second half of this year. So lots of news flow for people to look forward to.
Listen, you've got a lot happening over there at Horden Lake. Thank you so much for talking to me. And geez, I love a copper project.
Thanks for having me on, Shay.